All right. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And happy Sunday. Yes, it is Sunday. And this morning we have coffee and conversation. And we have CEO Kentrice Huey and her beautiful daughter, Michaela,
Right.
here this morning. So, can you guys say hi?
Good morning.
Hi.
You say a little louder.
Hi.
Yes. So, Cantrice owns Sense by Renee, and I have purchased some candles from her before the vacation, but we're gonna get into that later. We're gonna get into the candles later, right? So she's a mom, she's a business owner, and she also attends school. For accounting, right? And she's just doing a phenomenal job. She quit her job to fully operate in her purpose. And so I'm just going to turn it over to Cantrice. And Cantrice, can you tell us more about yourself, who you are, and where you're from?
Yes, and good morning, ladies. Thank you, Kyria, for having me. As she said, my name is Cantrice Huey. I'm the CEO of Sensations by Renee. We are based here in Warner Robins, Georgia. For those who don't know exactly where Warner Robins is, a lot of people know where Macon, Georgia is, down in middle Georgia. We're just about 20 minutes south, heading more towards Florida, so we're not far from y'all. As she said, I am a mom of Miss Michaela here. I do attend school at this time. I'm taking accounting. The overall program that I'm in is a small business management certificate, which really called me because though my business is a big business, this program is teaching me how to apply all the knowledge to my business, even though, we may have different examples. I'm using my business in every example, okay? Because I'm gonna leverage every relationship I have, even the one I have with school. But yes, that is a little background behind me and where we are. And of course, I do have some products over here, but like you said, we'll get into that a little later when you're ready. But I'm ready to show y'all some stuff.
Right. Right. Well, before we go there, Cantrice, can you tell us what motivated you to start Sense by Renee? What motivated you?
Yeah, so really, it was in a time, of course, well, we started in the pandemic back in 2020 when everything was shut down. I was working from home for going on like almost 12 months because we were sent home in March and we started Sensations in November. But I was really going through a time where I was feeling really low, feeling really depressed. Work came into my home, and that was kind of a stressful job in its ways. And the stress was just all around me. And then I was looking at other people, movies and stuff, and everybody's like, these are my hobbies. This is what I like to do. This is what I do for fun. And I was evaluating my life like, but what do I do for fun? I feel like I never had that pocket of something to do for fun. I was either working or being a mom. And I'm not going to say being a mom is not fun, but those who are mothers, like it's still work. You're just working all the time. So I said, I need something to be a hobby. And I knew whatever it was, I wanted to incorporate Michaela in it because this was leading into her pre-K year. So I took her out of daycare when COVID hit and shut everything down. So she was just in the house with me, like I was trying to buy workbooks and stuff for her to do while I was working. But I was like, when I'm done working, we got to do more than just watch TV and play games and stuff. Like, we got to do something. But I wanted to keep that fellowship in the home and that time together. So then I was like, well, what can we do? What can we do? And I was like, I don't know. I really don't know. But then at the same time, simultaneously, bills was still going on. I had different things going on in life, and I was like, another stream of income would probably be nice. And I said, what better way than to find a hobby that we can make profitable? So
Wow.
what I did I drafted up a little survey and I sent it out to people. So I knew whatever I wanted to give people, I wanted it to be peaceful because I knew that's what I needed in my life, especially going through the pandemic. Um, my grandmother had just passed, and everybody knows the grandma is literally the glue of the family. And it's just something about when the grandma goes, it's just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for you to lose anyone, but it's like, even though your grandma is your grandma, it's like, I'm never going to lose my grandma. But then life happens and it's just like, whoa. So I knew I needed peace in my life. Looking around the world during the pandemic, everybody needed some peace in their life. So the structure of the survey questions that I sent out was, what brings you the most peace, whether it be in your office space, in your home, what brings you the most peace? And ironically, I got different variations of questions, but somewhere along, like almost everybody's answer sheet, the word candle was on there, or candles, or something like aromatherapy, fragrances. And I said, you know what? That's what it's going to be. If that's what brings y'all peace, then that's what it's going to be. And I knew that cultivating it in home was going to allow me to experience the peace first to then display it and give it to other people. So that is a nutshell kind of story of how we got started at Sensations.
Wow, that is a beautiful story, Kentrice, and I never heard that story before. That is a beautiful, that is a beautiful story, and I love how you turned your pain into your purpose, and how all you wanted to do was create a hobby, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you turned your hobby into a full-time business. I love that as well. And another thing that I love that you did was you recognized that other people needed something, right? There was a
Mm-hmm.
problem in the world and you knew people needed something. And what you did was created a solution for people. So that is amazing. So can you tell us more about your candles? Because I know with your candles, you create them in a healthy way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what made you decide to create them in a healthy way? And what was the process of learning how to make candles?
Yeah. So, first thing, like I said, this is a hobby that I do with Michaela. So, I knew I didn't want to bring anything into the home that will harm us, like before even thinking about giving it to anybody else. I didn't want to bring anything into our home that was going to harm us. We were in an apartment at the time, so we're in a more contracted space. And I was like, if I'm bringing something in that's killing us, we ain't got nowhere to go. Like, so
Right.
that's when I had to think, like, okay, what is the best way to do this? And over time, back in the day, I used to shop at Bath and Body a lot. Like, I used to indulge in their candles, their bath wash, all of it. And as time progressed, like I would just start seeing different posts. I would see different articles that's like, y'all be weary. Like, I know they smell good, but they're actually very toxic. A lot of their products have like hidden materials and ingredients that are actually cancerous. They cause cancer over time. Even like their body lotions and stuff, like it's not that great for your skin. And so I was like, well, like myself, a lot of people shop at Bath and Body. A lot of people love candles, as I saw in my survey. A lot of people, are into aromatherapy. So I said, what can I do to bring people these candles or this aromatherapy, but in a healthier way that won't harm us or the people that we're selling to? So I had to research different types of natural waxes that can be used in candles. And so this kind of segues into my process of making them. The first wax that I came upon, which is the most common or the most used of the natural waxes, which is soy wax. And so I said, okay, let's try it out. So I went to the candle supply online and was looking at different waxes. I picked one because there's so many, like they have different numbers on them. And I'm not even gonna try to act like I know what all those numbers mean, but I was on there. I bought some wax. I had bought some essential oils to use, just like looking up different recipes or processes of how different people make them. I'm all on Google. I'm all on YouTube. Like, how do people do this?
Yeah.
And so I made my first soy candle, or my first batch, as you could say.
Mhm.
And I did everything like they said, like I had my thermometer. I made sure everything was at the right temperatures. And I let it, so there's a thing called cure time for soy candles, which is the period after you make the candle is supposed to set and just sit it to the side. And in that time, like the wax and the fragrance or the essential oils just do its thing in there. So when you light it, you get that beautiful smell. Girl, I waited like 2 weeks to burn my first candle. Tell me why I lit that thing, and I was like, I don't smell nothing. I was like, what is going on? Like, I thought I did everything right. I was like, I really don't know what's happening.
Right.
Just doing more research, I found that that is a common thing with soy. Is very what is it, methodical. It's very strategic way as to make soy candles. And I was like, they smell beautiful when done right, but this supposed to just be a hobby. Like, this not supposed to be a headache. So
Right.
I was like, okay, what other natural waxes are there that may be easier to work with? And in that research is when I came across beeswax. So I was like, all right, let me look a little more into that. And just hearing the story of where it comes from, like it literally is derived from the honeycomb, without harming bees. They do their little processes. They like fog them out or smoke them out to just make the bees naturally fly away. And then once the bees are gone, they extract the honeycomb, and then they extract the beeswax from the honeycomb. So it's coming from the earth without harming our earth. And that's what made me truly fall in love with beeswax. And once I got it in my hands, when I started to order it, and it has its own natural, like sweet honey scent, I felt even more in love. I was like, this is beautiful. Like, even without having to add any additional fragrances, like this wax alone just makes me calm. And so I took off and I ran with it, and I was able to master what you can call my recipe or my process of how I make my candles to get them to smell beautifully each time. The beautiful thing about beeswax, it doesn't truly have a cure time, so I can make my candle, and once it solidifies, I can burn it. I ain't gotta wait 2 weeks no more. I don't have to account for 2 weeks before somebody may make an order, like I can just do this thing and get it out to the people.
Yes, and I love how you said like it was trial and error, right? So a lot
Hmm.
of women that may be on here, they're business owners and they think that the first time you have to get it perfect. No, you don't. We're all gonna make mistakes in business. Many of us are just learning, and many people
Hmm.
just started businesses throughout the pandemic, right? So I love the way that you said that at first it didn't go through and it didn't work right. You couldn't even smell the candle. But then, right, when you got the right products, it ended up working perfectly. So I love
Hmm.
that you talked about how just trial and error is what helped you grow your business. So one of
Yes.
the things that Cantrice is really big on is she's really big on family. She's really big on building a legacy, right? So can
Hmm.
you tell us what's the importance of having family help with your business? Because I know Miss Michaela, I don't know where she was going. I thought she was going to interview with us today. Um, but yeah, like just having your daughter as a part of your business and your company. Why is that so important to you?
Yeah, because I want to show her, one, the importance of having something to do. Like, we come in this generation of children who are attached to tablets and phones and the TV when the phone and the tablet isn't there. And I'm like, girl, go outside, do something. Like I'll come with you, but let's go do something. And so that's the first thing. It's just learning the importance of having something to do with your hands, getting your mind going, and just watching yourself bring something together. It brings such a sense of accomplishment. And I could see it in her face too. Even when we do our cement crafts, like she she's my little hybrid baby is what I call her. She's like a mix of a boy and a girl. She like to get down and dirty, but then she also like to be pretty. And
Right.
so like she loves the cement because she gets to be with her hands and it be spilling, and she thinks it's so fun to see things, like all over the place. And then once it all solidifies and we take it out, she's like, "Ooh, like I made that." And I'm like, "Yeah, girl, you made that." Like a lot of
Yeah.
people can't do that, but you did. And I love to see her sense of accomplishment and achievement, even though she doesn't necessarily know what that means. I see it in her. So that is first. The importance of her being in this with me is just to give her something to do that she can feel proud of. And in the ropes, as she gets older and I'm able to teach her more about the business side,
Yeah.
in that I want to instill in her, like, honey, it's okay to not follow the crowd. So right now she's telling me she wants to be a vet. She also wants to be an archaeologist. So however she fits those two, I'm with it. But I also want her to know that if down the line that changes, she doesn't necessarily want to go to school, it's okay. Like there's so many other things that you can do to be successful in life and even become wealthy in life without following the trends. So that is what I'm teaching her in this journey. And to touch on your first part of the question of the importance of having family, being an entrepreneur is tough. Okay, I'm not going to say hard, but it definitely is tough. It's always
Yeah.
something that you have to do. And when you're in it, sometimes you can get bogged down. Sometimes it could lead you into a different type of depression, like, oh, I'm always working. I feel like I don't have time. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sleepy, like,
Yeah.
and it helps to have that support. Whether it just be somebody calling and checking on you, like, hey, girl, you all right? Or you need me to bring you something? Or I even have my friends that be like, girl, take a break. We going out. And I'm the one to be like, I don't need to go out. Like, I got to do this. But when I'm out with my friends, I'm like, dang, like, I'm so
I,
happy I actually came out, because if I didn't, I'd be at home. Like, even though I'm doing what I love, I wouldn't be as happy as I would getting this break and actually spending time with my girls that I'm getting right now. So, the importance of family and friends is primarily the support and just being that backbone behind you, the people that will lift you up when you can't lift yourself up.
yes, I love that. I love that you said your friends calling like, girl, let's get out. So my birthday is coming up, and like I work a lot. And so I'm gonna take a mini trip for my birthday. And my cousin's like, come on, come out here,
Mm-hmm.
great. So you do need that family and you do need that friend support, especially building a business, as an entrepreneur, and I love the way that you said that your daughter gets involved and she feels accomplished, right? She feels like she's done something and she feels good about it, right? And like you said, giving her another avenue outside of working in corporate America, right? She's seeing something different, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so I just love that, right? So one of the things that I want to know, because you are amazing at content creating and marketing your business, like
Thank you.
amazing. So I
Thank
want to
you.
know what helps you to get outside of your comfort zone, to be able to market your business to the world.
Yeah. Really, it was a internal push in combination with the external push. So first, my internal push was just getting out there. Like, it's like, okay, I'm starting online, and the only people who seeing my stuff right now are those on my friends list, you know? And that's okay because I would have friends and family that would repost things, and then next thing you know, I'm getting friends requests and stuff like that. But then I'm like, okay, well, this is effective, but only so much. So I'm like, all right, I got to get out there. So then I started hearing about people doing pop up shops and going out and networking in person, taking your products and, you know, either whether you have to take your table or your supply to table, just put your stuff on the table, and people gonna walk by, and most times they're gonna take a glimpse. You can kind of see it in their face, like, am I gonna go over there or not? And then that's when you, hey, good morning, good afternoon, you know, just bring them on in. And I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I'm what they call a, what is it, extrovert, introvert. I prefer to be by myself, but if I'm in my zone, I can talk to people. If I'm comfortable, that's the thing. I can talk to people. And that's when I had to really get out of that. Tracy, you can't only talk to people when you're comfortable. Like, you're going to
Right.
have to talk to people to get comfortable, you know? And so that's when I started. I'm still learning. Like, I don't want anybody to look at me like like I'm perfect, because I'm still learning. And that's the great thing about entrepreneurship. You're always learning. But it's gotten easier as I've put myself out there and gone to the pop-up shops.
Yeah.
I've actually co-hosted a Juneteenth pop-up shop, and y'all stay with me because I heard we might be bringing it back. So um, that one we did specifically for our culture, and that was really like the pivotal point of my business, I can say. Like, I look back on pictures from that day and I'm like, girl, like, you really did that. And I look at my face even in the pictures and I'm like, girl, like, you really, like, not even girl no more, like, you look like a woman that's out here doing it.
Oh,
And it really just took that time to self-reflect on the things that I've done, to be like, keep going, because it's not going to stop no time soon. Just keep going. And that's how I got myself to continue going out, continue putting my face in front of people, becoming more comfortable talking to people. And if you really love what you do and you're very proud and accomplished in what you did, it's so much easier to talk to people about it, whether rather than just doing something. I've tried other business endeavors, like I tried to sell the tea and all this other stuff, and I'm like, I can't like, I don't feel this is my calling to sell because I didn't do this. Like, I'm still learning about it. I don't really truly know how to tell people about it. But
yeah.
with sensations, I'm like, I did this. Like, I can tell people how I made it, what I went through to make it, and that just gives people more things to trust in you and with you with your brand, is when you actually have that background to give to them.
Yeah, when you do what you love, right? You can
Hmm.
really talk about it because it's something that you are actually passionate about, right? So I understand exactly what it is that you're saying. I can talk about coaching all day. I can talk about networking, building teams. I can talk about so many things that I love all day long. So I get it. So can you show us before we get off, because we only got a little time left, can you show us
Hmm.
a couple of your products and then tell us what you have coming up and how we can get in contact with you?
Yes, ma'am. So I'm gonna bring you first our vacation candle. This is our top seller here. Oop, I'm trying to get my camera right. There we go. But this is our vacation candle. This one again is our top seller. It's a unisex fragrance, so it appeals to both men and women. When you smell it, like the title says, you're gonna be on the water in paradise with Bay, and you ain't gonna have no care in the world. So I love that one. In addition to making candles, we do offer flameless options because there's just some people who whether don't like the flame or whatever, but we do have wax melts. This is the vacation wax melt, but we do have another fragrance that's in our unisex line that's called Kickback. And so, as you can hear in the names, everything is to insinuate a fellowship setting, and all the fragrances are soothing subtly to bring you peace and that serenity. And one thing that I have coming up, the season of love approaching us with Valentine's Day, we do have a women's line. And as of right now, we have one fragrance in there called Self Care. It's very clean and very soothing. And I'm bringing out another one called Self Love, and it's pink. Um, this one is a grapefruit and mint fragrance, and it just gives you that boost to just make you feel in love. And
Yes.
so that is one of the new fragrances and products that we have coming out for our Valentine's Day collection. To stay in contact with us and see what else we have going on, you can reach us on Instagram and Facebook at the handle at Sensations by Renee. And I'll definitely post that with the spelling so everybody can have it and know where to find us. We do have a website as well, sensationsbyrenee.com. And between those three platforms, you can't miss us.
Yes, thank you so much, Kentrice. We just love to have you here, and we will have you back. Y'all definitely get the vacation. I got the vacation candle, and it smells so good. It smells so good. So definitely get the vacation. And thank you, Cantrice, for teaching us how you turned your hobby, right, into your full-time business. Congratulations on all your future successes. Congratulations on your current successes, quitting your job, starting your business, right? Going to school. You are doing phenomenal and congrats.
Thank
So
you so much.
Cantrice is gonna after this she's gonna put her information in the group. And if you want to, you can contact her through her website or Instagram or Facebook. You guys have a good day. Bye.